Hello, my friends. We have another batch of American citizens not having a great day, having a little bit of an issue adjusting and to the new realities of America, at least for the next 4 years, and hopefully for a lot longer. So let's check it out and let's see what's going on. Let's do it. Voting for Kamala doesn't make me stupid. Doesn't mean I'm stupid. It's taking out the cards under. That was actually kind of funny. Little bit of a joke grenade there. I had to cook for a second. That's funny.
Found him guilty of all charges. Yeah. Judge Merchan's legacy will be forever tied to his cowardice to sentence Trump. Like, I don't know what it is about this man and why everyone is so f***ing afraid to hold him accountable. But what they are doing is irreparable damage to the judicial system.
Wait, who's irreparably damaging? The judge? Yes, I agree. The judge and the corrupt DAs and everybody else that brought up all these absolute bogus, stupid, non-legal charges against Trump. Yeah. They were doing a lot of damage. You are correct.
Almost as if crime is only crime if you are f***ing poor. And maybe...
Well, I mean... to some extent, I guess maybe he has a little bit of a point there. But it is a lot easier for a person who has a lot of money to get off on... from something they may or may have not done, as opposed to somebody that has absolutely no money and cannot fight for themselves in the same way, you know? But yeah, but...
The damage is the point, because...
Can you imagine?
Because... Wait, got cut off too early. What? You had more to say.
How much better this world would be if we stopped listening to white men.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I mean, look, we all have valid points and we're all intelligent, you know what I mean? So why don't we just listen to each other, right? Instead of maybe just listening to toxic cis white men, which I know that's where she's going. But all right.
So hear me out. Hear me
out,
y'all.
All right. Okay.
So what if?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this. I think about this stuff all the time. I'm crazy.
Great.
So what if Joe
Yeah.
steps down now, makes Kamala 47.
Yeah.
And then
oh boy.
Kamala uses that power that the Supreme Court gave her, that almighty presidential power, free to do whatever the hell you want to do.
Right, but I don't think it's exactly that. I think there's always been a sense of immunity for the president for presidential acts while being president. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure Obama would be in jail for killing that American citizen I think it was in Afghanistan, and I think there might even, I don't know, maybe some things Trump or not Trump, but Bush did, but I don't know. But anyways, I don't think she's correct exactly what she's saying here or about to say. I don't know. It's going to be something ridiculous, I'm sure.
She should go in there with the military and get Donald Trump.
And it is ridiculous.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan.
Oh, wow.
Ted Cruz.
Oh, boy.
Lauren Boebert.
Wow,
Matt
long
Gaetz.
list. Wow.
I'm sure there's a lot. Mike Johnson. I'm sure there's plenty of more.
Plenty more, I'm sure, in your mind, yes.
J.D. Vance.
Oh, of course, you can't forget J.D. Vance.
And have them picked up.
Oh, yeah.
And arrested for treason.
For treason? What? What on earth did all those people do to be considered treasonous? That doesn't make any sense.
What? Come on, y'all.
That's exactly what I'm saying. What?
I could do this.
For the last several days, I've had this thought rolling through my head.
Okay.
Practically every 10-15 minutes.
Wow, that's a lot.
We're fucked.
I feel like for the first time in my life,
Yeah?
that it's not actually going to be okay.
That's so sad. That's sad. I'm sorry you feel that way, young lady.
It's post-election, it's figuring out a job, it's all of it. I don't know if it's going to be okay. And that's kind of a crappy place to be.
It is.
But also, I think, yeah. And maybe that's too personal to put on the internet, but I'm in a real bad spot, y'all.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, you all wanted to put a TV reality host in office as president. Welcome to Survivor.
Oh, that's so clever. Except Trump had nothing to do with Survivor, but I know what she's trying to say here. I know the correlation she's trying to make. And we already had him in for 4 years, so it's actually putting him in again. Yeah, okay. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but maybe go a little lighter on the eyeliner or eye makeup there, whatever you call it. You don't have to be so harsh.
Fuck around and find out chapter 1.
Yeah, I actually know what that FAFO. I know what that means now. So I'm that much more educated. So thank you very much for everybody that told me in the comments on the other video. So appreciate it.
Day after the election,
Yeah.
I walked my grandkids to school.
Right.
And they open the gate and the kids go in.
Right.
And we can walk them up to their lines.
Yeah, because they're
Well,
like
this
salmon.
day, the normal coach and teacher who I know are blue voters, they were not there.
They're probably crying in their bathtub or something at home.
Who was there, though, was another teacher.
Oh, yeah?
Who had an American flag and a red hat that across it in big white letters said MAGA.
I am so sorry you had to go through that, madam. I don't know. There really needs to be like some kind of reparations or something for people that have to go through this kind of intense trauma. Because, I don't know. I don't know why the cops weren't called immediately. Maybe, I don't know, maybe bring out the SWAT team or something, because this is irreprehensible. This is America, and we can't stand for things like this. How dare someone wear a MAGA hat? How dare they?
My grandkids ain't going to look at that.
No.
I looked at him.
No. They are not going to look at 4 letters in the alphabet. 2 of them being A. Oh gosh, this lady. What is that on your fingers? Nice. I don't know what that is. If that has some kind of symbolism or something. Anyways.
As I walked in, I said, "Excuse me, that's not allowed. You shouldn't be wearing that."
I got to get my Karen on, and I got to start complaining and waving my finger in your face.
At a school. Elementary.
Oh gosh, even did she say elementary before? Because that's even worse. Corrupting the minds of the young. A tragedy.
Elementary school. He said, "What the fuck are you gonna do about it?" Oh, what?
Come on. Do you really think the teacher is just like, what the F are you going to do about it, lady? Like, I don't think so. I think she would do that, but...
The fuck I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and call the principal.
Oh, yeah.
So I went and reported him.
Yeah.
The principal said there was so many parents that were reporting him that day. So...
that sounds like a horrible school. I mean, for parent-wise. Sounds like a lot of lib kids going there.
He's reported. They tell him to leave or take the hat off. He left.
Yeah. Oh,
he wouldn't
boy.
even take the hat off. He left. He
Good for
was
him.
spewing MAGA shit the whole way through
Oh, gosh, all that MAGA crap.
the school. And he no longer works there.
And that school will promptly be getting a lawsuit. I am positive, or at least I definitely hope so.
Fuck around and find out you're gonna get fired. You ain't gonna spew your bullshit, especially around my grandkids. Let's see for chapter 2. Who's next?
I really don't understand why Trumpers think that TDS is an own against people who are against Trump. Because we're not the ones that are deranged. You clearly are.
I've seen some videos on here of Trump supporters openly mocking our very real grief.
Right, just like you were openly mocking and insulting and degrading every single Trump supporter or Republican or conservative or anybody you even perceived to be an ounce to the right for the last 4+ years. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. My empathy is just not like flowing like at 100% your way right now.
That lack of empathy, that of course was also shown at the polls, is the exact reason why I don't want any of you in my life.
Tragic. Ooh, I like the whole black and white thing going on. Very, very classy.
Our biggest weapon right now.
A little overblown, but I mean, I'm not going to fault him for that. That's okay. Still pretty good.
Is
balance needs to be adjusted a little bit.
Cutting people off.
Yes.
That
it's working.
Voted against your morals.
Voted against your morals. Again, these are people that are putting politics at the forefront when it should be way downstream. Way downstream.
It's driving them insane. They're like, I don't understand. Yeah, they do. Either that or it's just feigned outrage because they didn't give a about you anyway, but they want to make.
No, because most people, I mean, I've actually experienced this. There's a couple of years ago or so, maybe 3 years ago. But it's really the only time it's happened. And I had gone to school with this guy, and it was just really intense. It was for game design up in Vancouver. And it was just like intense hours, long hours every day. And our core class, we just did everything together, right? And so we all became, most of us became fairly tight. And it was kind of like going to war, you know, like is in the trenches. And so we all became good friends, some of us better than others. But in any case, it was like, you know, friends for life, right? Even if we didn't talk to each other for a while, if you ever called up, needed anything, boom, it's done. Don't even have to worry about it. And this is when, like, so I guess it was a couple of years ago. Anyways, it was during the Black Lives BLM hiatus. And I had mentioned that, you know, they're all, it's all pretty much a scam, and they're, you know, not going to get into it, but I've since been, you know, adjudicated from my point of view, and I was right. And they, you know, instead of helping out the inner cities and the burned out businesses, they were buying $9 million mansions or whatever. So anyways, I had mentioned this on Facebook, and then one of these guys, one of my buddies from school, he's like, and he just happens to be black, but he was just like, dude, I don't know, I don't want to paraphrase him, but he was just very like, if you have this point of view, you're done. We're done. I never want to be your friend. I'm blocking you, and have a good life. But he didn't say good life. And that was like, that kind of shocked me. That kind of shocked me, to be honest, because nothing like that had ever happened, although I never really shared my opinions back then, especially like I'm doing now. But yeah, it was a little heartbreaking for him to sever the relationship. Now I immediately wrote back saying, like, I'm so sorry. You feel this way. Hopefully at some point in the future, you know, we can become friends again or whatever. But I'm anyways, we'll see. Who knows what happens, but yeah, anyways. It's not shock by some of these people when they get cut from people's lives because they didn't see it coming. Because it's not logical at all.
Make you look like, gaslight you to look like you're the bad person.
Because you are the bad person.
Just keep cutting them off. Just keep doing it. Because all of these people have one thing in common, and it is narcissism.
They're good people? Oh, wait, you're describing the people cutting people off. Oh, okay.
Narcissistic behavior. It doesn't generally mean that they're narcissists.
Yes.
It means that they idolize a narcissist and perform in the same manner that that person performs as. So just keep cutting people off.
Good advice.
Block them. Don't talk to them. Co-workers.
Jeez.
If you have to talk to them, like, business only.
So, okay, so I guess if it's your boss, it's got to be business only. Ay.
To the people who are telling me I'm fucking delusional for having any hope about this at all.
Yeah.
Honestly,
probably a lot of people.
I feel sad for you. I have to have hope because this is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how he could have won. If he did really win.
He did,
what
really.
The fuck? But I will continue to have hope for a better future because I have to. And if you want to continue to not have hope and not fight.
Well, if you're talking to me, I totally have hope. I have a lot of fight. The Fighting Irish. Notre Dame, go baby.
Then you're doing exactly what they fucking want you to do, which is give up.
I hate it here. We live in a country that hates women. We can't pretend anymore. What are we doing?
Why do they keep thinking that? Again, I feel like a broken record, but it's like all these women just think that the vote is a mandate against women somehow, and it's not.
You want a white supremacist in the White House? Y'all want a white supremacist in the White House taking away our rights?
No.
Taking away our rights, right?
No, he's not doing that. And he's not even in the White House yet. So calm down.
White supremacy, white power.
Okay, he has no... There's nothing to do with white supremacy with Donald Trump. I mean, the guy that's in office right now, there are some ties to some shady characters, but that are kind of involved with the white supremacy group. But yeah, no, Donald Trump is definitely far from that.
All y'all white friends out there, we out here, we living the real life the way that it's lived. You understand?
What real life? I mean, what are there, like people with white robes on horseback just like gathering up black people or something? Like, what are you talking about, lady? I don't understand what you're talking about with all this white supremacy stuff.
We ain't rich out here. Y'all sitting up there voting Republican.
Well, I'm not rich either. Far from it.
Republicans, they taking away our rights. We got people out here that's struggling in this country.
And that's why Donald Trump was voted president, so that burden can be relieved a little bit, and hopefully a lot.
And y'all set up here, and y'all gonna give white supremacists the keys to the White House yet again after he tried to overturn this country and take it over. What sense does that make? And we supposed to love one another.
Yes, we are supposed to love one another.
We supposed to love one another.
Yes. Yes. I don't hate you. Oh,
this
gosh.
video is for all the really pissed off women right now.
If she's talking about Orange Bad, I think She's failed. Because she's a little orange. She's oranger than Donald's ever been.
You know, the ones that are wanting to act real feral, we're looking for you. If that's not you.
Wait, did you say Will Ferrell or Real Feral? Like wild? Or Will Ferrell, yeah, I know how to speak English, the comedian, the actor.
You keep it moving. But if it is you, we need you in this fight. We are here fighting for women's rights to pass the Equal Rights Amendment and give us some protection in these upcoming years. So if you want to do something about how you're feeling right now, join us. We're ready for you.
I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female.
Yes.
And they are assigned at birth.
Yes.
That right there.
Because that's how it's been since, like, the, I don't know, creation of man. It's been male and female, pretty much.
It's really terrifying. Every trans person should be very afraid of that. A law stating that the only two genders are male and female and that they are assigned at birth.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's scary.
Why?
It's really, really scary.
Why?
My driver's license says F on it. So what? They're going to roll that back?
See, now that's scary. Because, and this is a point that I heard made, and I think it's a great point, is that let's say this guy gets into a wreck or something, right? And they rush him over to the hospital. And I don't know, it looks like maybe he's had some hormone work or what, I don't know. But let's say he goes into the ER and they need to start doing stuff on him to stabilize him or whatever. But if there's a question of whether he's a male or female, that could really jeopardize his life. Because I mean, I'm no doctor, but the point was made is that there are certain drugs and whatnot that if you give to a woman as opposed to a man, it could really do some damage to, you know, in those situations. And the doctors need to know, is this a woman or is this a man? Because we need to treat them very differently. And another point was, you know, if a guy came in to an ER or something like that, would it would be ridiculous for them to be treating her for woman issues or trying to treat her for woman issues, because that'd be just wasting time and not focusing on the things that would save that guy's life. So yes, actually having him have F on his driver's license is, I think, a problem. I don't know. Who am I? I don't know.
I could say M on it again.
It should.
It's horrible.
I mean, you can live your life how you want.
But feeling about Trump's cabinet picks, because you guys were real loud insisting that Kamala wasn't qualified, even though she was the vice president, a senator, and California's attorney general. So you guys must be real pissed with his cabinet picks, right? Because not a single one of them is even remotely qualified.
None of them.
Maybe if Dr. Oz doesn't get passed through, what about Doc McStuffins? That could be a good option. I feel like she's probably more qualified than Dr. Oz, right?
Okay.
Okay, Doc McStuffins. Excuse me. Obviously, she's making a joke, but is that a reference? Does it sound like a movie or something, or like, is she just trying to be clever? Anyways, it wasn't that clever if that's what she was trying to do. All right, young lady.
This time I actually have a real, genuine question for Trump supporters. I want to know your answer to this.
Okay.
Is there anything that he could do to lose your vote?
No.
Literally anything. Is there
I don't think so.
Any action he could make that would make you not vote for him anymore? I'm genuinely curious.
Biden is about to hand the White House over to a man who incited a violent mob, who compromised our national security, who has talked about being a dictator on day one, who just...
That These people, they don't check anything, and that is why there's such a problem. He said he was going to be a dictator on day one in like a joking fashion, but he said day one, and he's like, because I need to do a bunch of stuff, and then after that we'll go back to business as usual. But come on, these people are so fixated on he's a dictator. It came out of his mouth. Come on, do some research.
Just made a joke about running for a third term.
Okay, I don't think I've heard that, but if he did, it was in jest, I'm sure.
Who has said he's going to protect women whether they like it or not?
Yes, he's going to protect women whether you like it or not. In the context of that, he's going to shut down the border, and he's going to keep all these rapists and murderers and pedophiles and everybody else that's sneaking through from entering the country so they can't commit crimes here against women, which we are hearing all the time. Not quite a daily basis, but it's way too often that we're hearing stories about women getting abused or killed or whatever, and it needs to, from people that shouldn't even be here in the country in the first place. So yes, thank you, President Trump, for saying that you are going to protect women, whether they like it or not. Suck it up, man. Why do you guys have to be such drama queens? I tell you, just accept the help and say thank you.
Who is being followed around by a billionaire who has, Elon Musk in on his conversations with world leaders, with Zelensky, who is clearly being blackmailed by Putin.
Clearly. Show me the evidence there. You can't.
And we're just going to hand it over to this guy?
Yeah.
We're just going to be like, well, what can you do? Peaceful transfer of power. This is not a normal election. This is not.
No, it is not. Because this election is, I think there was a definite fork in the road that we were facing with the country. And I think we dodged a bullet. No pun intended. We dodged a bullet just like Trump dodged a bullet.
Not normal circumstances. We are in danger. Our lives are in danger. Our economy, our country, our world is in danger. And democratic leadership is nowhere to be found.
Well, that was interesting, to say the least. Some interesting points of view, I guess, from some of these people. And so I just hope they all feel better. All right. Well, until the next video, I hope you guys stay safe. And listen, if you enjoy my reactions, please consider subscribing. It'd be great, and I'd love to hear from you in the descriptions down below. All right. Well, like I said before, stay safe. Have a great day, and we'll catch you later. All right. Bye.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.